Welcome to another video. This video is to help you complete task 5 in this year 8 computing project about data modeling. And what we're doing in task 4, 5, 6 is to really get some skills in understanding how Microsoft Excel works, and in particular formatting, formulas, functions, and importing data. And the reason we're learning this is to help us with our task later on, which is to help the Donegal canteen. But the idea here is to concentrate on this question. So this question is: Charlotte is a UK sales manager for Just Sofas and Melksham. In the store there are various salespeople, okay, and there are figures below for the first 5 months in 2014. What she needs are these things here: average salesperson, total average sales per salesperson, total sales per month, and the grand total. Sounds a bit scary, doesn't it? But don't worry, let's have a look at what we're doing now. If we have a look here, down this column we've got the sort of first name, okay, and surname here. These are just all made up, okay, and then here we've got January, February, March, ooh, that's spelt wrong, April and May, and we can see, for instance, that Alex in January sold £7,000, then he sold 8,700, then 8,000, 9,000, and so on. Okay, so we've got all this data here in pounds and sterling. So the first question is, what's the average sale per salesperson? Okay, now you could sort of use a calculator to work this out and use your sort of maths skill to work out averages, and you've probably done that in your maths lesson. But in Excel, there's actually lots of things to help you do these things quite easily, and they're called functions. They're sort of related to formulas, but they're called functions. And what you've got to do is you've got to keep your the idea of what you're doing and call up these functions. So if I type in equals, okay, in the first bit we want average. Well, if I just type in AVERAG, okay, it's bringing up something called average. Now, don't worry about what it does, but if you double click it, okay, it's going to work out the average. Okay, so in this cell here, so in J12, okay, you're going to calculate the average. Now, so it's gonna think, okay, I've got to create an average. Now the next bit is, it says number 1 to number 2, and what this is asking, it's saying, okay, which numbers do you want to include to calculate? Well, actually, we want to include these numbers. So if I just highlight this and the May one, okay, and can you see here, it's got E12, so that's, where's E12? E12 is there, isn't it? And then it's got 2 dots, yeah, and that means 2. It's like a range, I12, and I12 is there. So it says, using the range E12 to I12, calculate the average. Now what I need to do to complete this is put a closed bracket in there, press the return or sort of the big button on the right, and it's given me an average straight away. So that's actually really handy, because it says, and if I change that, say I put that to 2000, look what happens in J12 when I press OK. See, it's automatically worked that one out, okay? And this is the power of Excel. You don't have to keep doing the calculation again. It works it out live on the fly, okay? So we've done the average. Now you think, well, do I have to do it for all of them again? The answer is no. So once you've got it right, and it looks pretty much correct, just right click, copy, and then just highlight the cells down there that you want to add this to, right click and paste, and there you go. You got all your averages for all the salespeople. So Johnny, Steve, Mavis, Tom, and so on. Okay, so that's the average. Okay, now to do the total, you can do exactly the same. When we did equals, and actually I just accidentally said it. It's not total. It's actually sum. S-U-M. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to get the total here. So sum. So let's double click on that, and it says what number to what number do you want to include? Well, we want these numbers again, don't we? Okay, highlight that, close the bracket, okay, press return, and the total that Alex has sold is in this period between January to May is 34,687, and his average sale is 6937.40. So once we've got the total, and that looks pretty bang on, we can just highlight those cells, copy, and then just paste those in there. So now what we've done the average, okay, we've done the average, and we've done the total just by using the average function and the sum function. Okay, and as long as we highlight that range, it all makes it pretty easy. Okay, so we've done that one. We just need to do total sales per month. Total sales per month. Okay, so we want to work out here what is the total sales for January. Do you think you can have a think how you would do that? I'm going to leave you for a second to have a think. How would you do it? Okay, you've had a little think. Well, you're right. Well, hopefully you're right. Equals sum. Double click on the sum. Highlight the range. Close the bracket. Bosh. There we go. 102,000. We've got the right range, E12 to E26 to E12 to E26, and we can just quickly copy and paste that across. Okay. If you get this error here like that, don't worry. You just need to drag over the column width. You can make them go back and forward, and so on. You can even do it to the row as well. You can go like that. Okay. So just wanted to show you that while we're there. And the last bit is the grand total sales for those months. Okay, and again, exactly the same is, so we want equals sum, double click on that, highlight that, close the bracket, off we go. So that's finished that particular bit, and I hope that's shown you how to use functions and how useful they are. And one thing on functions, you know, there's hundreds and hundreds of functions. If we go up here and look at all the functions, there are absolutely masses of them, and these functions help with all sorts of really simple and complex functions in Excel, which makes Excel one of the most widely used bits of software in the world for businesses to help them calculate things. Okay, hope that's helped. Good luck with task 5.